Bonifacio.
Hi there, Ron here, Variable Play, and welcome to another open game night.
New Year. Oh, and game na!
Open game night.
Second episode for 20. Wait, I'm almost done
Yeah.
with my work. Okay. Hi, I'm Denmark, and that's Tito Ron. Wait, I'm also Tito Denmark. So, so welcome everybody to our second episode this year. Last year, life was lifing. So,
Mm.
so we couldn't. But now we're back. And hello, Bob. Bob, if you're watching, I hope you get well soon. I heard he has a bad back or he's
Mm.
something. So I hope you're better. And as I was telling you before we went on, the Kainta Angono, the Rizal Gaming Group
Yeah.
accepted me. So hi. Kung di nyo ako kilala at inad ko
Like,
lang yung
sino to
sarili ko.
spammer na to?
Hello.
Yeah. Pagka alam niyo na yun, pagka,
But it's just always Tuesday, right? So
yes.
that's when we spam because every Tuesday we have this episode. This is open game night where we talk about board games. Sometimes the tangents of card games, video games, but mostly this is a channel dedicated to board gaming. We've been doing this for quite some time now. So
Yeah, the video open game night series was like, I think 2017.
gosh, that's 8 years. Hey, we're
Pretty
two more
old.
years.
But the variable play platform itself is since
Older. I think that's older, right?
2011.
It was
The
first
website is 2013. Yeah, yeah.
articles.
Yeah. We were writers. Well, at least we
You.
thought we were.
And then life happened again. We can't do this too
Yes.
much. So there you go. So again, it's the start of the year and there are a lot of new games. Up to now I'm watching best games of 2024
Yeah,
or
yeah, trying to catch up. It's like,
yeah.
give me the summary.
Parang wala sa YouTube yung pipindutin mo like sa parang sa iOS, di ba? Like the summary of everything. There's
Yeah,
none.
yeah. And Google just released like
A list? They live.
no. Like they added a new feature now
Oh,
where it just like it notices what you're doing. So let's say you're in a chat conversation or
so what
and
does
it'll
it
just
do?
pops out on the side. Would you like us to summarize this for
Dude, that's
you?
scary.
It's like I problem was I wasn't asking or
So,
sorry.
hey, so if you're here, we would like to hear from you. We'll be talking about player types. If you don't know what that is, because I bet
Well,
most of you
yeah,
don't if you just came from the board gaming world. But if you're a card gamer, specifically Magic, you have an idea
yeah, and you've heard this
on what
before.
this is.
And I also we had an episode in the past. We'll revisit that episode one of these days and just see how things are. But
That's not our Halloween episode, right?
no.
It's a
Not that
different.
one, not
Okay,
that one.
all right.
Uh, but it came about because more often than not, the games we play are driven by our motivations,
Ooh,
and
true.
the motivators for people actually is not static. It
Okay.
changes over time, and as you grow older, as you go through life,
Mm-hmm.
and things happen, your preferences change, and apparently, even your personality in terms of gaming also changes. Your our previous episode was like
Yeah,
the
that was the
take
last one.
was changing, and this is really more driven about like what type are you now.
I know I wrote in the description of this one. It's yes, it's what personality type are you, and also why do you play board games?
Yeah,
Who are the people that play board games,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that means who are the types of people
yeah,
that do this.
yeah.
So, well, we're
So
gonna
you
be
have the big blanket on gamers, and depending on the sector, or at least in a certain group, there's actually sort of sub profiles or
Mhm,
personalities that they were able to detect.
mhm.
But before we get to that,
Yeah. No, wait. I was gonna say we'd like to hear from you guys who you are in that category, but like we'll get to that even more later. But
yeah,
Ron will. You were saying before we
yeah,
get to that.
yeah. Have have
Oh,
you been playing any games?
I did. I I did.
What game have you played
I
most?
did. So I had three games that I bought over the holiday season,
Mm-hmm.
and those three games were one was the one that you boodle me with the cat
Oh,
in the hat. No,
yeah.
the cat
Cat
between
between
us.
us.
The five towers, and then the
Mm.
one that I showed you
Five
earlier, which was
towers. Castle combo.
castle combo. So cat, oh yeah, for such a small game and a simple, like Jake always says, it's a two trick pony. You just
Mm.
have to put down two cards. That's it. That's the only thing you're gonna do in the
Oh, you
game.
mean cat between us?
Yeah, I'm sorry, cat between us. What did I say?
Cat tower.
Cat
I'm
tower.
like, what
Sorry,
is cat
I'm
tower?
merging things. So it's amazing how people will get invested in that game immediately. Like the first round will be, what's happening? But once it clicks in
Yeah,
their head,
yeah.
now
And then they
okay,
see it, and then suddenly like,
now
oh,
now everybody's serious.
yeah.
But besides that, so I think I talked about castle combo
Mm.
uh, last time. So let me try five towers. I can't remember, but five towers is you have five different towers. It's gonna be numbered from 15 to 0.
Mm-hmm.
So there's gonna be a library stack with all of those. Some numbers are repeating, some numbers have special abilities, but basically you're trying to build the tallest tower, and as your tower goes higher, it's descending numbers. Does
Okay.
that make sense? So it's like 15, 14,
Sure,
13,
sure,
12.
sure,
Okay,
sure,
so
sure.
there. Okay. Why is it that when I explained it before, people were like dumbfounded? Like, what do you mean as it goes up, it becomes descending? Like that. So anyway, so it's a bidding game. Every turn there's gonna be five pieces of towers that's gonna be coming out from the library. You're gonna bid on that.
Mm-hmm.
You're the first player. You can bid two, three, four, five. If you bid five, you have to get all of it. Other players won't bid anymore because that's the maximum.
Mm.
But the caveat is, whatever you get, you have to legally attach it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of the rules. I'm hoping Ron will get out. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
all right. So
Noted.
that's one of the
Cut into part.
that's one of the rules, right? The towers are supposed to be descending numbers as it
Uh-huh.
goes up. Another rule is that as soon as you place down the zero, meaning you cap it off, the tower cannot be moved anymore or manipulated in any way.
Okay.
So whenever you get something from the market, it has to be legally attached.
Okay.
One
So in
additional
essence,
rule:
if you skip certain things,
no
you're
more.
gonna,
You cannot
and
go
then
back. You cannot
eventually
insert.
it starts to lock things down.
Yes, and
Okay.
there's one thing is every time you win a bid around, you have an option to destroy one part of any tower. So just one card, throw
Okay.
it away.
Okay.
Problem is it stacks up, it adds up, so it compounds. -1 for your first card, -2 for your second card,
Oh, okay,
-3
okay,
for your
okay,
third
okay,
card.
okay.
So it happens. The game ends when the library runs out twice. So
Mm-hmm.
meaning cards that were drafted will be discarded when the original tower gets finished,
And you're trying to
reshuffle, and
shed
then
your hand as much as you
there's
can.
no hand. You're just bidding it and then immediately attaching it
Into your tower.
into your tableau, into your tower
Okay, so you
tableau.
have a personal tower. Okay.
See,
Okay.
see, I like
Gotcha,
that
gotcha.
five tower game. Introduce, yes. There's only one. You can only build one tower per type. So if it's a green tower, you can only build one green tower on your board. Right?
Mm.
It's fun because there's a lot of Easter eggs, and people are wondering if they paid for all of those. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
see all Baymax is there, uh, Nightmare Before Christmas is there, SpongeBob is there, Dune is there, everybody is
Okay.
there.
Wow.
So
How did they pull that off?
it's I think they're arguing that it's a strong likeness, but not really it.
Oh, okay, okay. So they're implying it. They're implying it. Got it, got it,
but
got it,
but
got
but
it.
that I like it because it's you can't joy bid
Hmm.
and the stack runs over. So in order for the tower to progress, because sometimes nga naiipit yung numbers, diba? 8 has a rule that you can place it on top of anything, and 9, oh wait, 8 you can place any number on top of 8, and then the number 9 you can place it on top of any number. So if you're screwing up like 15, 13, and then the next one that is in the row is a 7, you can get the 15 7, and then the next one on the row is 13, you can get the 8 first and then insert the
Hmm.
13, so it resets the tower in a way.
Okay, okay.
So
Gotcha, gotcha.
the bidding is just that you just bid, run and run.
Yeah.
So if you win, the next person on your left is the next first bid.
Okay.
So at least so.
Cool, cool,
What
cool.
did you play?
So it's a little bit of a bigger game. Surprisingly plays fast. Or at least we tried to, I guess, play it fast. Vindication.
Ooh,
So
ooh,
uh,
big
Earl,
game.
Earl taught me. Finally got to play it. I know it's been a
2017,
I
19.
don't know. I don't know. But I saw it a couple of bacons ago. So
It's old.
and it's in one of the I think I saw it
It's like,
in one of the
it's like
schools
this
when we did
box,
the
right?
bacon in a school. But yeah, so Vindication is this thematic Euro.
Dude, you ripped it off from Bob.
No, I got it. I read it. I read it from Bob.
All right, fine.
I read it from Bob. Um, that is
You're on an island
so
planet
so
thingy, right?
mechanically you are these personalities, adventurers
Mm-hmm.
that has been stripped of your honor and whatever things you are
Oh,
able to
that's why it's
do.
vindication. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
and you're trying to build up again your skills in strength and in courage and other things, and build up companions along the way, so that you will be able to eventually vindicate yourself.
So
Defeat monsters and whatnot.
if you
It
become dishonored, you become weak.
well, you're slow.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
fine.
So you're moving around this hex-like board. You
Mm-hmm.
have hexes, but in between the hexes are triangles,
Okay.
and so you're stepping through the triangles, and then where you land, you whatever surrounding hexes, you can then visit that. That's the
All right.
general sort of navigating. There's a few more wrinkles
Mm-hmm.
here and there that took us a bit of learning because and you can also do this and also do that
All
type
right.
of rules, but generally speaking it's like try to play an RPG, but as a Eurogamer you don't want the role randomness, so you take every mechanic, shove Euro systems into it
This
and
is gonna be part
mechanisms.
of our conversation later.
It's like perfect, this is my game. It's like yep, it's like how I love call for adventure.
Yeah, it's a story-driven
Yeah.
game, right? But
It,
your tableau building.
but it's your tableau building, and there absolutely not a single time are you role playing. But the whole time you're like seeing your character progress. I defeated that. It all happens in your head. You don't have to speak or explain too much. And it is that you. But you still end up with loops. Like
Mhm.
I almost ended up with a crazy loop where because you have your potential, it's it's resource management. So you have your potential cubes. They are useless. It literally
Okay.
says there these are useless unless you can go and improve and put them into influence. And
Okay.
then I forgot the third one, where
So
from
you're moving
influence there's a
cube,
third
right?
level.
Okay.
Earl, maybe you can help me out. Start with the letter C. Um,
Conviction.
Something like, oh yes, there you go.
Okay.
Conviction. Okay, so
I get points.
perfect. So I ended up with a system where if I go to a place and I activate my companion, I ended up attaching something with my companion that will trigger to convert my influence into conviction, which is normally quite hard to do,
Mm-hmm.
but I can do it
So
twice.
that was
I
your
could have done
machine.
it for free. Um,
That was your engine
yes,
when you're doing
but
that.
and I
Sounds
didn't
interesting.
score much because I just
Because you were
typical me,
pushing buttons
typical
first,
me.
right?
Exactly, it's
Oh,
like
we're gonna
me.
talk about that too
Like,
later.
woo! What does this button
Hey,
do?
Dan.
And you just keep trying systems. Like, oh, so that's how that works. And it it's surprisingly fun. I agree. So it had these metal emblem rectangular stuff that has this plastic
Thing where you can
stand.
place it.
Yeah.
But
If that
Dwellings of
moves,
Elder
that
Vale has something
swings,
like that.
that
Oh, oh, and
because
then
it's metal on plastic. So
so it's
what's that?
flimsy.
It moves.
Moves.
Yeah, yeah. People are saying like, oh, I wish it was
Metal on
it
metal. That
was
would be better.
it would yeah, or at least find embrace the classic what do you call those
Cardboard.
not a cardboard, the classic meeples before meeples had hands.
Right. All right. Those
The
weird
player
shaped
tokens.
Sir Ron's acquired pet converts so much influence. Oh, you could have won if you didn't press buttons. But that's
Yes,
you. That
yes.
was your player type. That's why
That
you
is
did that.
exactly. And I love how when games kind of do that, that
Mhm.
allows you to just, of course, it didn't pay out. I didn't win.
Yeah.
but but being able to explore and discover things, that's my motivator. So I guess that to connect to what we were talking about, because
Right.
um recently the conversation came
It
up
was my fault again.
yeah, the conversation came about with um so when Splendor came out,
All right.
it was such a impactful game that immediately, because of the speed of how everybody was enamored about it,
Mhm.
was enamored. Yeah,
I was,
kasi, si Earl.
I was letting it slide, but you
uh,
have to go back.
Kokot ko lang si Earl. Uh, um,
Okay.
um, the it it reached and connected with so many people that immediately um it reached to a point where people started to go, oh, who's better at this? So it started as a very casual, here's a board game, to it really needed, and it wasn't ready for it. There wasn't systems around it
Right.
where they had to start to build tournament systems around it, because it wasn't normal, and to the point where Splendor One, the original one,
What's haps?
was, people found like the perfect, well, that single
The
perfect play,
perfect formula and how you do it.
and the build order, if you may.
That's why you
That
had. That's why you had Marvel, and somebody
Yeah,
hacked that again,
yeah. So people,
and now
yeah,
you have
Pokemon,
Pokemon.
the
That's
best one,
the third
best
person.
one. But for me, Pokemon figured it out, the simplest of the implementation. And so, yes, I
All
did
right.
like
Cool.
Vindication.
So,
Um,
so it got
and
us thinking and talking about
yeah, it's
things
like
on
how do people would see, let's say, a board games. I want a tournament with that. For example, Star Realms by design. It's a deck building one-on-one.
yeah.
At the very nature, it's already something, because you know that it's stemming from the Magic Gathering type,
Right.
player versus
Combo
player.
thingy, fight one on one.
But it's not necessarily for everyone, right?
Right.
Whereas you have things like Splendor, or maybe uh Steam Up, or Dragon Castle, or Sagrada,
Mhm.
the big classic Ticket to Ride, which is in essence a
the
very
the accessible what do you call that, with no team, what do you call that, generic
abstract,
abstract.
abstract
Yeah.
games. Um, why are there motivations to go into sort of like not unintended, but rather, like, the theming of it is very casual, yet people want to say, hey, this is so good, we want to do a competition about it. Chess is the same. For example, chess has that. And I think a big part of it is coming from uh, a game such as popular as Splendor, or the new ones, Harmonies, and things like that, has this wide appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's reaching a bit larger than the base intention market that it was designed for.
Okay.
So
Okay.
sometimes, though, um, sadly for the designers, that you might not necessarily have like prepared for it,
Mm-hmm.
because, like, you know,
We're just doing this for fun.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But and again, any game can be competitive, and any competitive
Right.
game can also be casual. Same thing with Magic the Gathering, where you have the Commander series, which is by intention a a casual
Right.
format that then goes back and have
And now
tournaments.
that's the only way you play Magic.
No,
People,
well, no,
yeah,
no,
I know,
no.
but Mad Wizards right now are banking a lot into the Commander.
They are building on it because it's capturing a lot of the wider net,
Right.
and the universes and beyond is still a big driver of keeping players in the game. And again, Magic, for example, has already identified the different personality types.
That's where we're
in
going.
their
World.
world or their subgenre.
Right.
It may not necessarily be reflective of the whole tabletop
Yes.
industry because I think it's really zoomed in to Magic the Gathering, which has this sort of two layers. You have the collectiveness, the competition, and then now a little bit more on the casual side.
Casuals. Right.
So they have your
Are we gonna go on this now?
sure.
All right. So, this is what we're gonna
Do we
do.
have
There
the
are
link for it?
we do
I
right.
don't know. I'm
Okay.
asking you.
No, it's not. This is on. This is our cheat code. We could send it. It's on that one. Okay, so we can send. So basically, what we're gonna be doing is, if you came from the magic world, this will be easier. There are four different personality types.
Is it four
Excuse
or
me.
now five?
Maybe there's the fifth one developing, but it was originally four, and
Mm.
it some of these names are gonna be familiar with you. So what they did was they know now who their player base are, and now they put names on them, right? So now you can identify a person. It's like a person now. So it's like Ron was talking about earlier. Hey, this is my game. It's a thematic, but then it's shove every euro that you have into it, right? And that fits into your type of personality. Me, try stuff and I don't mind if I lose as long as I pull it off. It's like, oh, I did that. Okay, I lost. Oh, that's fine. I had fun. I don't mind if I win or lose. And others will be ultra competitive. That's fine. That's why it's player personalities. Who are you? So maybe we could start, no? So in Magic, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read the profile of the Magic group, and then Ron has the Quantic. Am I saying this right? Quantic Foundry, right?
Yeah, yeah. We'll pick it up later too. We can discuss the profiles in the psychographic
My
profiles.
gosh, this too much. Okay, so the first one,
Yes, there you go.
it's the Timmy, or if you're lady, it's Tammy. But it can also
Whichever you
whichever
identify
you
as.
prefer. We don't mind. We accept everyone. So the Timmy is characterized by their tendency to use big creatures and cast big spells, right? MTG brings personality.
Yeah,
All right,
Meyer
so
Biggs.
so anything huge, anything fantastic, anything big, anything
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
you're Timmy
You are Timmy if it's the first time you saw a crowworm. "Ah, I'm gonna buy this.
with
I'm
nothing
gonna
else on it,
yeah. So
just
look
the
at that
claw worm.
massive 6'4". Of course,
Oh,
nowadays.
where was it? Oh, this one. Sorry. So there are subgenres into this one, right? So there's the power gamers who love playing big creatures like that one. They like
Yeah, yeah.
big shiny things. Then it becomes another group of teamies or social gamers who like the social aspect of the game. Their interest is interacting with friends, right? So they have the multiplayer. What is that variants? And then the diversity ones, and then adrenaline gamers. So mostly anything big, shiny, sparkling, and makes a lot of noise and attracts their attention. It's gonna be a Timmy. What do we have on? Who do you think
So,
it's uh
if
on
you're
the
gonna
board
look
gaming side?
at well, it's a little bit different in the Quantric because Quantric i- in terms of the gamer profiles they had originally 12
Right.
and then they zoomed in a subsection that focuses on tabletop. So
All right.
on board gamer profiles, they have the polarity. So of course, if it's high conflict or low conflict,
Mm-hmm.
it's high social or low social. It's high strategy or low strategy,
Mm-hmm.
and high immersion or low
Oh,
immersion.
may umami na agad. Shiny, shiny.
Uh,
So in board games, well, what would a
so
Timmy will
a Timmy,
typically be like in the
I think
table?
likes that big. I think they would be more on the conflict. They like conflict. So because
Liars, betrayers.
it's big power things. Even the sub genre of
Griefers.
griefers. I know people like this. Like what are what have you done? Yeah, I was able to make a deck that you play a land, it gets tapped. You don't draw a card, and I draw a card. and then I say done, and that's it. That's what we're gonna do for the rest of the
So
game.
naka-stasis kayo
Yeah,
lagi
yeah.
forever.
Everybody,
Oh my
everything,
gosh.
everything comes in tap. Nobody gets a draw.
Tapos may tax ka pa. Ang top mo, bayad ka mana. Wala kang mana pa bayad eh. So, I
and
hate
then,
those guys.
and then what are you doing? Why are you having fun? No, but again, it's really
This is not
this
fun.
over figuring out what is that powerful combo, and in essence, that is all about conflict because you're taking all of the heat. You know,
Okay.
when you're when you're a Timmy power gamer, in essence, you're ready for everybody at the table to hate you, right? It's like there's no such thing as a you know. Here's a I will pump up this goblin to a 2020
1-1, 2020.
2021 originally 1-1 and then throw it at somebody's face.
Right. Or people in engine building games who makes that one engine that like overkills everything that they don't need other
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But look, I have all of this power, I have all of
And
this
what
money.
and in that conflict, so they would like, I think, at least if you're a Timmy power gamer, and I think these are more on the really the competitive types, you will like games. You can see that you like Splendor, but then you go like, how can I beat everyone with this? What is my build order? What is my technique that will ensure that I will always beat everyone? I'm guessing that's where your um, personality type is. But note, please, because personality types is not, as I mentioned,
One
not
all be
stagnant.
all, right?
One all be all, and it, even age affects it. So
Right.
when I was younger, I'm pretty sure
We were all
I
that guy.
we were all Timmies.
Look at my
Because
1 million elves. Look at my 1 million squirrels.
yes, yes. But when I was younger, yeah, the
Yeah.
goal was to
Be the
showcase.
best.
But as you grow older, that tapers down. That tapers down. But you still like that conflict, and you're still ready for it.
Mhm.
So, I think there was a time where Epic the card game had this uh one drop 30-30 creature,
Oh yeah, I remember
and
this
I
game.
was like, okay, I have to win that. I and so we went into a draft. Everybody suffered because they were like, how did you build a blue control, like
With
really
the 30
hard
30.
control, like they don't damage me, they don't do anything. My win condition is that they will
Yeah,
I will
Timmy.
deck up. I mean, in Epic, you win by decking out.
You're this guy.
And they're going like, Ron, this is not you. No, this is me.
This is me
I need to
unleashed.
win the 30-30
Okay.
worm. So that younger self comes out. In my normal days,
No.
who cares? Oh, you scored 250.
Good job.
Oh, so proud, so proud.
Now you're condescending. Now you're like, oh, galing-galing naman ng bata.
Okay.
Oh, hi,
Before
hey, friend.
before I dig myself further.
I was gonna say, dude, you're introducing yourself to people.
Okay. All right. So we move on. We move on.
Yeah. So the
And
next type, right? Personality type for Magic, and then again, we're gonna
we'll
compare it
try
to
to
board
we'll try
game.
to again relate
So
it.
it's Johnny. It's characterized by a person who builds complex and creative decks, right? So
This is the mechanisms.
find interesting combinations that can win game or give them advantage. Looks at the niche cards or strategies that doesn't make sense.
Yep.
But I'm gonna make this work no matter what.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they try to break that game for whatever. Oh, how can I break the movement of this mechanic? How can I break it?
Yeah.
So those are the guys who do this. They're happiest when their decks work and win that way, the way that they
Which
want.
is not necessarily always the case.
Yes.
More often than not, it's not.
They win on their own terms. So subgroups, right? Combo players, of course. That's why you're doing that. And if you can pull off all of that combos, yay! I did it. Did I win? No, but I pulled it off.
Yep.
So weird ideas. How do you do that?
And when I was competing, I it wasn't my personality. When I do deck design, it's always keep it simple, less brain consumption,
Mm-hmm.
more on quick tactics to win the game. But
Weenies.
yeah, just hit hard and fast, hit last. Um, but my mentors in the competitive circuit was like, no, 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 you pilot this deck. It was this mage in World of Warcraft that was so freaking difficult to play.
Because it's not now your brain ticks.
It's like, and then so they adjusted to, because it was all control. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
also combo. It was just control,
Mm-hmm.
and really wasn't fitting my personality. I couldn't figure out.
Mm-hmm.
So they shifted me to a combo deck, and the combo deck was literally you open your hand, you see, and you start reading, and then you start counting. Oh, I think I can kill you next turn. And so the problem is your opponents are all going like, did I lose already? What is going on, Ron? Wait, wait,
it's
wait,
like
I'm
it's like
counting.
name that
Yeah.
tune
It's
but
like, oh,
in
I have
reverse.
this, that triggers 12, that creates this much pocket.
You know how you end this? You don't even do it. You just said, "Oh, here, oh, this is that card that does that 12. Hit you with this to pay for that." You don't even play it.
Yeah.
I play with those players.
Yeah.
Even in board games, I'm like, I find you win.
The
But in a sense, I think I'm one of the subgenres on this one. I'm not the combo. I'm one of
offbeat.
offbeat. And you're right. It wasn't my personality before, but because when you're an advocate, and my wife taught me this one, she was saying before, because that was where I was coming from, competitive card games, and your mindset is kill, destroy, no other way to do things. She was like, no one will play with you. It's like, why? Because if you keep on winning and abusing people, no one will play with you. Okay, fine. So now you play.
Yeah, yeah. You
You
learn,
do.
you learn to find enjoyment somewhere else.
Yeah, so like this is how you normally win. You do this, and you while you're teaching playing, yeah, maybe I could try the more difficult route or that one that they're not doing right now. I'm not gonna win, but hey, maybe I could refine it even more, and next time I'm gonna win through this. So I think I have a sub, but I know I'm not a Johnny, maybe a minor Johnny. So
Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them.
reminds me of this guy. Enjoys building his engine, but it's kind of oblivious if the game is about to end. No, right, because exactly that's how they're having fun.
Yes.
It for them, it's more cerebral. It's more on how do this gear works in connection to that gear and that gear, and which is like
Yeah, yeah.
what we do. That's why I
And
like
I
Scythe
I
too.
shift actually into this also. I use this also when I teach board games. So let's say
Mhm.
I'm teaching Kemet. It's always a disadvantage to everybody else if you already know every build order,
Yeah,
right? So I will then go, oh, this one is a nice build order. That was a nice build order. I try to give them some
add this to
directions
that, add this to
to
that,
go to,
right?
and then I will just then go in to the off side. Like, what can I try?
You know what I tried because of that? Lots of people, but lots of every time you hit me, you also die. I forgot what that build was, but it has
Yeah,
that
yeah,
spice and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm dead. Oh, you kill two also. I'm like, oh, that's fun. Wait, I only have 3 points. That's fine. I learned something new
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You find enjoyment from manipulating, figuring out.
Mantra ng Johnny. If I had one more turn, it could have worked. If only
Yes,
if,
yes,
right?
yes,
So,
yes.
hey, if you're a Johnny, if you're doing that,
Yeah.
so basically, especially in strategic slash tactical games, when you
Yeah,
see it, it's
and
like,
board gaming generally is all about that. That's why they had to create a subgenre. They couldn't just take every um, top gaming motivator,
mm-hmm,
because tabletop does have a very different cadence. It's not, you
mm-hmm.
can't do, though there are very few, but where, so Project Elite, where it's fast paced and you're
Mm-hmm.
constantly doing things, but it's not the general motivator where people are, I'm gonna wait for my turn. Yes, it's fast paced because the
Yeah,
decision is so fast. You play with Timmy Johnnies, which are, it's
it's
a
gonna be
reality.
long.
Yes. No, no, no. Timmy Johnnies are dangerous, but there's a variation for it where you play Scythe and you just took a turn, then somebody's
Dude,
tapping
that's
you.
how we play.
Somebody started tapping you. Hey, it's your
Your
turn
turn
again.
again.
God,
God damn it. Let's try to figure this one out.
I'm just figuring out if I need to feed this.
No, but that's usually how it works, diba? So, this next one, this is controversial for me because I think this is what started our conversation. This guy. So I know, I get it. I get that. Here's where it came in. I get that you were opening earlier, like who's the best. This is a good game. I want to prove that I am the best.
Yeah.
I get that there
If
are
you play
competitive
Pokemon, that's
people.
exactly in the theme song.
No one ever was. And we came from that. Now, he- here's where this whole shebang started. I understand card games. I understand games designed to kill each other one on one, or
Mhm.
I understand that. But when you come to board gaming, it's more of a social thing. It's more of a
And this
social
is where I
contract thing.
started, where I think that's why there's still unmatched, for example.
Right. But that's
It,
built again, that's built for that
yes,
design.
but when you love tabletop gaming in general and you are still in that persona or personality or age where Spike competition, so by the way, we're talking about Spike who
I
loves
was gonna get there.
competition. they they will net decking, for the ones who are not
Copy.
familiar, uh will basically scan the tournaments that are happening, and
Get the
and
best
and back
decks.
in the day, that it trickles down. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
there's no real time coverage, none of those. So you get lists from Dojo, you
Mm-hmm.
get lists from the Magic the Gathering magazine back in the
Yeah,
day, and they
no.
will build
The exact deck.
exact deck and pilot it. And me, as a the
What?
previous one, the Johnny,
Johnny.
I couldn't fathom why they're proud. It's like, you didn't design that. Why, why
But
are you so happy? It's somebody else's idea, but it is their joy. It is their joy that they are able to crush their opponents. I'm the best pilot. I've won the game. I've crushed you with whatever is the best thing I can do it
right.
with.
And to what I was saying, that was where we're coming from because that was designed to be that way. As where this whole conversation started is it's board game. There's a social contract that we're gonna sit down for 15, 30 minutes, 1 hour to play this game in an agreed set of rules and just have fun and enjoy this game. Now for me, I used to be a Spike. I have a Spike gene in me. But when it comes to board games, it's more of a let's have fun. Let's connect together through board
Yes,
gaming.
and that is your motivator. But remember that people are still possibly, and will be their personality, that they like that competition, but they also like the mechanics or the theme or the game itself. And so there, and you get enough people in that um, genre, they will look for it. They will look for it, and it grows into that. I
It's for
agree.
you,
There are
but not
games.
for me.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. There are games where really by design it's competitive.
There, I don't have problem with that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you make let's say if you make for sale at an ultra competitive game
Hmm.
or or something else like whatever it is whatever that
Codes
game
and
it is,
verses,
codes and voices
and
make it
then
ultra
yes,
competitive.
yes.
Like, dude, this is not the purpose of this game. You could be the best coder or manipulator of emotions and thingy, but that's not the point of this game. I think that's where my
Sure, sure,
problem
sure,
is.
sure.
If the game is built for that, I have no qualms with it. But
Yeah,
when it's a relaxed game, it's a
but
chill
that's the beauty about gaming.
herbalist, sunset over water.
It's wide, and people can take it
Right.
whichever. People
So
invent rules
wait,
and whatnot.
if it's you, happy for you. But that's you. Do you? You're fine. I'm happy. I'll live with you. But it's not for me.
Yeah.
Diba? That's different. No. So this is where and there are people like this in board gaming. And to me, I just look at them as a challenge. As a Johnny, how can I beat the ultra competitive with a
see,
different?
see, see, they activated the spike in you.
Hindi naman, gusto mo niyan, ha? Sige, talunin kita ng di ganyan. Gusto mo, ha? Sige, antay
Yeah,
mo.
yeah.
But so, I can play with those. But yun lang, it's not me. It's not
Mm-hmm.
the cup of
Mm-hmm.
tea that
Mm-hmm.
I go around and how I
And
use board games. But
something that we advocate here, of course, in variable play is that we have to learn the openness, welcomeness,
yeah,
assertiveness, and regularity. It comes with it.
so
Comes with it.
that's why
That you
I use
you
that.
you identify. Okay, I can no longer have enough patience and the endurance to do tournaments. Back in the day,
That's a grind,
two
bro.
2 days, three
Yes,
days straight,
that's a
every
grind.
round, 20, 30 rounds, all throughout, and you're still playing on the side. You know, my mentors that were so spikes that
Hmm.
I when I come in to where we train, they would hand out sheets, and it's a sorting order of every card when we need to draft, a literal sorting order. So
My
when we
gosh,
open up a pack,
and you
we
see
have to
those.
memorize that. And we would eat, and they go, Ed would go, okay, this one and this one.
Which will you pick?
What is the pick? Think, uh, uh,
Dude, that's too much spiky.
I know, but and guess what? If I get to play with him, still, in, let's say, we played Arkham Horror,
Hmm.
and we knew he drew uh, a tentacle.
Hmm.
His reaction was go, "Oh, we haven't thought about it," and throws it back in. He
Oh,
didn't want to lose.
dude, I think I know who this is. Never mind. Okay, moving. So, Earl is saying my partner is a spike. Sa kanya lang. Compet
Okay,
number
I know that.
99.
I know that. It's like,
It's like
yeah.
my wife.
Yeah. There are those. There are those, and you have to realize it's ingrained.
I
It's
know.
from the inside. The same, you know, vomiting urge for you to like, no. It's the same with them that they want to have that competition. Oh, I love this game. Look at this taco thing.
Look, this hot dog.
Or the
I'm the best
hot
hot
dog
dog
chicken.
flipper.
The hot dog chicken.
Never mind. It's like my wife is like that. It's like the most hated genre of my wife. Co-op. Why? Because I cannot prove how smart I am. I cannot outsmart you. So it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah. Kulang ng words of affirmation.
No, she's that driven to just like stick it to us. Like it's not just me. It's like when she's playing with us. When we get home, when we're driving there, she's gonna say, "Natalo ko si ganto." Yes. So, like, paano mo tinalo? Then she's gonna tell the whole. She's gonna
Turn
tell
by
the
turn.
whole round. She's gonna do this.
See,
I'm like,
again,
okay. So
again. Personality.
that's you.
Yes. Yes.
But she
Big
was
part of
having
it.
fun. She was like, akala nyo kaya lang talaga magaling mag-board games. Sa kami din na hindi talaga naglalaro madalas. I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yes. Yes.
So, that's a spiky.
Pero kulang yung words of affirmation. Kaya ganun.
Hindi naman siya words eh. Hindi
Okay.
naman siya words.
All right.
Alright, this is a new
there's a
one.
few new ones that I think is actually more relatable because of how Magic also evolved. So
Oh,
it used
okay,
to be
okay.
just really hard into competitive circuits. They've
Mhm.
for many years have tried to always tap into the fun aspect. So that's why you have this whole Unglued series,
Right.
where it's really
It's fun.
comedic cards.
Unhinged,
You know,
unglued.
yeah, you chaos confetti. You you have to tear the
Tear
card,
this card.
throw it, and whatever particles land, whatever
Destroy.
destroyed. So you do that, and the wind blows, and everybody other table hits. Yeah, guess what?
Destroy.
Their whole decks were destroyed. Those were tournaments back in the day. It's
Right.
all fun. Spikes won't like that because it's weird. There's no control anymore.
Yeah, but
But
that's the
people
fun part.
who love the randomness and the weirdness and the storylines. So
Wait,
okay,
this is a new one. It's called
yes.
Mel.
So Mel,
It's the mechanic player, someone focused on design and development.
yep, yeah.
So, wait, it says
This one I
characterized
relate.
for appreciating cards with delicate and interesting interactions as well as strong mechanics. So now it becomes, I think these are more Eurogamers.
Mm, yeah.
More
So you're now
Eurogamers.
looking at how you see a card and immediately your brain goes, hey, with this, I can make an engine But so you now have how do I win? No, I have an engine. Doesn't matter. But I will win.
And you appreciate that mechanic part. And I always hear you like earlier when I taught you castle combo, you were like, so I was it was fine. I like it. I might buy it. And I don't know if you were brain farting it or it was just part of it. You say, I might buy it because I like this mechanic. I'm gonna add it to my thingy and
Yeah,
my
yeah.
design and like so. It's like okay, runs in his mechanic mode again. On
I saw the scoring systems and how they relate, and there were interesting bits around it, and so that's how you're supposed to do that. Oh, that makes it a
right.
little bit more
So that
interesting. I want
the
to explore
beauty of the
of
mechanic.
the design of the card itself, the
Mm-hmm.
design of the rule, the design of the
The
movement,
elegance
the
of it,
yes,
right?
and it's still part of the game in
Yes,
essence because you're now sort of like it's a layer behind the veneer of uh the physical game itself. So you're now going into how these systems interact,
right.
and that's a big motivator. That's a big.
Yeah,
I have bought
yeah. You will bring out games. It's like, where the hell
I
did you find this
I
game?
bought this game because I just learned. I saw the theme and the mechanic was like, oh, you trade cards on the board. You're moving around in a circle, but you're basically trying to build your altar for the dead. Okay, got it. I didn't know the rules. I wasn't sure.
It didn't matter.
It's like add to cart. Let's go.
And Ron will bring out these games and like, where did you get this? And it's like gonna say that, dude, you're gonna like this. Okay, and apparently it's right because of the mechanic. Wait, what happened? Oh, there you go. So,
I can do this.
Nick was saying Spike yung puro dahilan pag natatalo. Tapos, tapos nagde-dinner na kayo, hindi pa rin siya nakaka-move on. Like, dude, let it go! It was just a game!
Yung pinakapanalo din yung nag nag-pass nag-pass daw siya. Tapos
Tapos ulit. Tapos,
pinaulit yung buong round kasi hindi pa rin siya tapos mag-isip.
tapos na Doctor Strange kayo.
Tayo space warp, grabe. Kulang na lang, umakyat lahat ng eh. Okay na, tapos na yun. Panalo ka na.
Yeah. The music game, what was it called? The sound, no, it's not. Forgot what it's called. It's a Korean game.
Yeah.
The Korean game that has QR code. Stereo Mind.
Yes.
Right. So that's the Mel. That's a new developing theme in Magic, but in board gaming we have that already. People who love the mechanics. And if Kyo was
I
here, he's
It's a
gonna
big plus when you're a designer, I guess.
right. It's innate in you guys.
You're detecting, uy, bago yun
Mhm. That's a new
Medyo
rule.
kakaiba yun
Oh, I like how they used it here. It's
Mm.
worker placement, but they tweaked it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
card game.
Yeah.
It's a card driven game, but they tweaked it. If Kyo was here, he's gonna say, yan, mahilig kayo sa mga bland na kulay.
Hindi naman.
Cubes na naman.
Hindi naman.
So the counterpart, I think the counterpart of the Mel for the
Exactly.
mechanics is the Vortos.
Vortos.
So Vortos
Which is all about story
yes.
and theme.
Say focus on craft of creative. It's characterized by appreciating flavor text, creative consistency, no, the concept of the card. So it's more on the aesthetic value and the story.
Yeah.
If you're
the
a
fantasy in your mind.
Vortos.
When I was in high school and I would look at my Magic the Gathering cards, that little set that I was able to build. When I'm not during that time, no internet yet.
It was a baby. It was an
I mean,
infant
the
yet.
military had it. Okay, so I would actually go through the cards, look at the art, and then read
Who they are.
the freaking
Right.
flavor text.
And
And then you're discovering little stories like
you want to open the whole set because it's like oh. So it's like it became more prevalent during the Weatherlight series
Oh yeah.
where there's Gerard and then the other parts of the crew and then the ship and it's like what's happening now?
Oh, yun pala si Orza.
So yeah, like Mirage because you read these names right, Orza and then what's his
Mishra.
brother Mishra. They were brothers. Why the hell is there a Mishra's factory? And then a Mishra's. Who the hell is this guy?
Who's Mishra? And then at the beginning, you're just like, I don't know, who cares?
Right.
You know?
So you're looking for that one. And in board gamings, these are the Ameritrash players.
Yeah, and go to the extent tabletop RPGs.
Yes.
100% for those. It's all about story. You roll dice. Why? Because it's the most accessible randomizer to change the story and tweak it and give you that joy of like spinning up
Mhm.
what happened on the spot. But there are RPG players that can even go away with the dice. You don't have to randomize. You're just in essence doing improv all
Yes.
throughout. That is your Vortas players. There are
Uh,
still board games that are like that. I would love to see
Ki-
a competitive call to adventure.
Call to Adventure. I was gonna say something about Kyo, and then it like threw everything off because I heard competitive.
no,
Like, dude, that's not made for that. It's for
no,
storytelling.
no.
What the hell?
But then again, wasn't D&D able to do that epic
I
where they were
know,
competing?
but
But
they.
eventually, though, they combine and become. It's no longer competitive.
I hate you. I was thinking it was right
No,
there. All the
sorry.
games that Vortos will play, it
Mm.
was right in my head, and then you kept saying. So anything Arkham, like the Mansions of Madness series, the Arkham Horror, the
yeah.
uh, what's your favorite game? The small minis, like like these
Oh,
minis,
Destinies.
Destinies, and the one that uses QR code the game is a detective game, and it's QR code the game. It has glasses too.
Chronicles of Crime.
Chronicles of Crime. So mostly those games, and dude, even Azul has a story. It's like right
Yes,
there. So
absolutely.
and there are really people who are like this. Azul is abstract. But when there was a group of people that I thought Azul, and there's like, oh look, oh, ang ganda ng mga tiles ko. Oh, matutuwa yung king sa akin. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's gonna like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they
We
really
actually like
they
looked
really
into
dug into
the
the no, cause when we were teaching, I think that was Bacon. When we were teaching it, you're like, eh, oh, we are all tile designers, and the king was sending us everywhere. Just we have to design the best. It's like at the end of the game, it's like, oh, I won. I had the best tile. The game. Oh, okay, yeah, good job.
yes, exactly. That is
That's your
why we
motivator.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have yet to see the motivation behind that kiosk
Oh, it's
game.
fun. It's fun. It's chaos. It's chaos. And
Okay.
competitiveness.
How would
You know.
that be Vortos? What's the
No,
story
it's not.
behind that?
No,
Nothing. It's
that's
just
all
pure
math.
crazy.
It's pure mechanics. Like the mechanism of how it will stick on the table, the biomechanics,
The
the
weight,
muscle memory.
the flip of your
Yeah,
arm.
exactly.
My
See?
gosh.
See? It's about text. Text?
How it flips over.
Yeah.
There's a science, right? You have to hit
Yes,
the corner.
absolutely.
Flip
Yeah.
it that way. Like
And
a little swing.
I hated my classmate because he finished up all of my text cards because he had the masterful technique and I just
Right.
lost every single time.
So there you go. No, we have those characters, and of course there are other subgenres into it. It was just fun for us to talk about it and see how what are the motivators. Why do we play board games? No, so coming into the table, I play because I want to discover the mechanic. That's why I'm gonna play this game, and at the same time, run that will be run, and then I mean like, okay, maybe we can do this way. What's the least path of resistance? All right, I'll try to win that way. When I did that, Path of Light and Shadows, like
Mm.
the purple ones, Nemur, the aliens,
Yeah.
they're the most expensive ones, but I
Remember,
don't care. I'm gonna buy all of them
yes.
because it's
Upgrade
really
all
easy
of
to
these
buy,
are really
right?
powerful.
So it's
Yes.
like
Yes.
I don't. If I can fight it that way, sure, why not? So you have those on the table with someone who's like, "Oh, really? We're now in a different world." Okay, so it makes it fun. It makes it more the game to be more alive. The game more okay to be to socialize with other people, and as advocates, you have a mindset on how to read a person. Okay, this is the motivator,
Yeah. And
right?
in board gaming, this is now Quantric Foundry that I'm
Okay.
showing to you guys.
Ooh,
And
science.
uh they have four major clusters.
Mm-hmm.
Conflict, social, fun,
Strategy.
strategy, and immersion.
Okay. Ameritrash, Euro.
Yeah. Competitive.
Party games.
Yes.
Competitive. Okay,
And
okay,
story
got
games.
it, got it.
Okay. No, but the reality is it goes both ways.
Right.
So I'm my preference on conflict is lower conflict. So I would prefer low conflict games.
No.
So I still like conflict, but just indirect. generally,
So it's a Dune
but not
Imperium for you. Like
yeah,
there's conflict,
yeah,
but okay,
yeah.
works with
Like,
that.
compared to, let's say, Unmatched, I'm
Oh
not
no, that's all
so
conflict.
yeah, exactly. I'm not so in as excited anymore to
Mm-hmm.
play it. I would, but you put Dune Imperium versus Unmatched,
Yeah,
I would pick up Dune.
right. Secondary
Okay,
motivations.
social manipulation absolutely went down. This is my profile, by the way. You guys are looking at
Oh,
my profile.
I was wondering where did the percentage came from? Oh, this was
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which is funny in the sense that so a lot of the questions, and you guys might want to try this out. You just go to Quantic Foundry. They have the section for tabletop,
Mm-hmm.
and they have updated it. So there's a
Oh,
few more interesting questions along the
okay.
way. And the social manipulation, like, oh, do you like uh, lying? So and it's like, absolutely hate.
That's a lie. Remember when we played
Hold on,
Sheriff
hold on,
of
hold on.
Nottingham? That's a lie.
But this
That was your lie, 6%
no, no,
on
no.
that game.
My is
Okay,
simply from, do you like uh, sort of convincing people to do certain things? And it's like, oh yeah, sure,
that's manipulation, dude.
exactly. And that's the only thing that's for every other thing was low.
Strategic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was
So
you.
this one, strategic versus relaxed. Although I would hope that there's a bit more dive into tactics versus strategy, because tactics is very short term, quick
So,
decisions,
I
and
always
strategy is always long
yeah,
term.
there. I always understood it that way. Strategic is you're planning for a long
Yeah,
grind, and tactics are
yeah,
pivoting whatever
yeah.
crap is
So
thrown
you
at
have
you.
a, okay, we're gonna try this track. This is our strategy. Avoid this conflict person and try to work with this person. That's a
Mm,
strategy.
right.
But how you do it? Oh, I need corn. Corn. Who wants corn?
Corn, corn for
Who
sheep.
wants sheep? Okay, that's tactics versus strategy.
Right.
And then there are games that are more relaxed. You can see here in my profile, I don't care to
Need
win.
to win. That's a
Absolutely, it's like whoop, done. But I like
right.
discovering things,
Because that's
and
where your
yeah,
milk comes in,
yeah,
right? Oh,
yeah.
what does this button do? Oh, that
Ooh,
works. Oh, that's
like
nice.
I probably won't win because of this, but cool, it
Keep
works.
pressing this button.
Yes. And then they also, yeah, so
Discovery.
discovery, need to win,
Okay.
and then
Immersion versus grounded.
this one is interesting. The questions they had around this was more into whether it's fantasy driven or sort of like realism in the mechanics. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go
yeah.
on. I'm
Okay.
just gonna type and answer our questions. It's Quantic
Uh,
Foundry, right? .com.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. So you have and there they have two surveys. One is the general gamer
Mm-hmm.
survey. You will be asked video games and tabletop games. This is a section specifically for tabletop.
Okay.
So I like, apparently I like art. Not I don't. The
What's the
story is okay.
irony?
The story is okay. I don't want to read too
From
much.
mechanics to art.
Yeah. I like it really well
Aesthetics.
presented.
Right.
The
Right
UX, the
there.
design, exactly. So it also catches my eye.
We should make a topic on this one. How much does the aesthetic art really in
Oh,
gaming?
a big part, and tabletop, yeah, definitely.
Social fun. Ooh,
Okay, so
boo.
social fun. I don't.
Emotional vampire. Suck
I
up the fun out of everyone.
yeah. I somehow I was tagged as I I I like co-op, which is yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. My chance is low.
that's
Accessibility
Euro.
to teach. So the questions they had around
You're answering
accessibility,
this as an influence. I no wait,
yeah, as an
advocate.
advocate,
Right.
as an advocate. Um, the social fun was funny, was weird for me because apparently it's like I don't care whether I have fun with people or not.
So
I'm not
why
sure.
are we doing this again?
I'm not sure if that's. I mean, look at that. It's like, or maybe it's
No, I think the social fun aspect in this one is like games, Avalon, and
Don't
everybody's
encourage.
having fun, but
Maybe,
you're
maybe.
like, okay, so you lied. Okay, next game.
Yeah.
I think it's more on that, and
Yeah.
people who had social fun will dwell on that situation that I lied to
I got it.
everyone.
So it's really social fun is preferring more party games,
See,
which is why it's a little bit lower on my end because it just doesn't tickle
because it's too
the.
random,
Uh,
or
I
you
guess
just don't
the
like that social part of it.
no. I guess the complexity portion. So seeing new mechanics, seeing things are more interesting for
Oh, you
me
get bored easily.
than yes. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not saying it's a bad
Yeah, it's how for
design.
that's how you're
Yes,
wired,
yeah.
and that's how you think.
And again, this is the beauty of this.
Right.
This is me. And, hi guys, nice to meet you. So
Alam na nila pag makikita nila, ay, ayaw niya ng party game, so pa nangyayari yan.
ayan,
Dude, if I see you playing that thing of game of
I will
Kiyo,
play
like,
it
I'm like,
once.
why are you playing party game?
I can play it solo.
So, no, there, I think we had that. So, there you go, right? So that's
Perfect.
another
Yes.
one for the if you have the magic player type and then you have the quantifier. But I forgot what I was. I think I was more on the immersive side.
But you have to. You gotta. I think you have to
I have to take it
revisit it
again.
again. And yeah, I'm gonna share my actual profile to you guys if you guys are interested to see. And I don't know if they will compare. It'll be interesting.
Alam ko, I know I'm
Yeah.
immersive, but that was before. But when I got old, I know
Oh,
I'm not this
cool.
anymore.
I didn't see this.
What? Board game recommendations? They have a
Let's.
board game recommendation. So guys, you can check it out at quanticfoundry.com.
I'm
Look for
gonna
the
I'm
tabletop.
gonna see. So based on that, what are the games that I should try?
Viscounts is number one. Paladin. So the West Kingdom series.
yeah, yeah. Let's do the last 2 years. Something.
Apiary.
Yeah.
You don't like that.
Whoa.
For
Yes.
a shuffle.
For a shuffle, agree. Voidfall, I haven't played. Earth, yeah. Final girl, perfect.
Oh, look, we have that. We still have to play that.
Yes, you have this already.
Yeah, I have that.
Oh,
I have
oh,
that.
look at that. Castles, Meadow, I haven't seen. Oh, Gloomhaven.
Really?
Really? Really
It's
now?
more of a
That's
Kyo game.
massive.
Oh,
Of
there's
course,
Arkham
Arkham.
Horror.
Obsession, got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Terraforming Mars. Hate Western Trail, though.
Because it's Euro.
Ark Nova,
It's
yes.
a good Euro game.
Cascadia. Oh, Worms fan. Yo,
I have beef with that too.
I want Swift span. I am gonna get Swift span if it happens.
I'm gonna get virus span. If it
It's called
happens.
pandemic. All right.
All right, there you
So
go.
there you guys have it. Thank you very much for joining. It's such a fun sort of
Yeah, no, just
way to
talking
look.
about it,
Yeah,
right?
just and it's there's no right or wrong. It's really just the personality.
Right.
And again, as I mentioned, I would go and shift back to my competitive side if I need to because I want
With
to
the
win
right
something.
games, right?
But my current preference, if there's a game in front of me, it will be these.
Right.
And that's what it is.
I learned here is that it changes over time. But for me,
Absolutely.
since I go around, I'm like traveling three groups and just visiting. I have yet to go back to your group, but
Yeah.
it's a tool for me to see now. Oh, okay, who's at my table? How do I let them have more fun and get more out of this in their language, in their player type, so that they can enjoy the game. So uh, that helped me with that episode with this
Absolutely.
one.
Cool. So what gamer profile
Yeah.
are you?
Please type it.
What Magic the Gathering profile are you? Put it down in the comments below. And yeah, play more games. I hope to
Yeah,
see you guys
more
at
board
the
games.
gaming tables. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
No, 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 no. It doesn't work.
It does.
Bye bye.